Okay, so I am going to try this again with the live video from Facebook. I'm out of Facebook jail, so I can do videos. This is a painting that working title is Did Maude Drown at Clifton Spring Sanitarium? Part of a series of works. As you know, I did the Abigail painting. That's going to be part of a series about women in distress. And so I do know that my grandmother, Maude, passed away very young at the age of 40. And she was in a sanatorium up in New York, upper state New York, when she passed away. And I always remember my mother and my grandmother both talking about how they felt that she had drowned. And so I looked her up, and her autopsy said that she had a heart attack. So there's a little bit of mystery here, and she's not the only one. There was another very famous writer, politician who passed away at the same sanatorium years later, who also died of a heart attack. So this is interesting, that the whole thing with her drowning was interesting, because if she had drowned, it would be such an odd occurrence, because this was a sanatorium that specialized in the water treatment therapy. So the painting, the idea that I've got here, it's hard to see right now because I had a preliminary that I showed a while back that's got, well, it's the original, that's the one I'm going to be working from, where she's standing in the middle of this hallway and there's water around her. So she's standing and there's water coming up to her, almost to her neck. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do here. Very surrealistic kind of idea. And then when she died, she left my grandmother, Hildegard, as a 3 or 4 toddler. So that's why I put in the little baby rattler over here to the left. You can sort of see. I haven't really started painting that yet. So anyway, this right here, technically though, this is the underpainting that I'm working on. I had the previous one I did where I showed you she was covered in frisket. I took the frisket off today because I don't like the frisket to sit on there too long. It gets a little sticky. But I had to do this in airbrush because the background is so architecturally taxing and mathematical that I had to use frisket to like outline it and cut the frisket so it would be very accurate. And it was a pain to work on. I had forgotten how much the airbrush is difficult to get it to spray. That's why I've kind of graduated from doing airbrush to just doing oils. But the problem is with using an airbrush is that the oils take forever to dry. And so I decided to do this part in acrylic so that I could get this part of it done, and then I can do the oil later, and it won't be so tedious. So anyway, that's the beginnings right now. I've got a little more to do on it here before I start glazing it with different colors and start laying in the values that you do when you do the grisaille. Anyway, so thanks for watching, and I will update later with the progress on this piece.